It's Brittany, bitch. And I am back.
When I wake up in the morning and the alarm gets out of warning, I don't think I'll ever make it on time. By the time I grab my books and I give myself a look, I'm at the corner just in time to see the bus fly by. It's alright, cause I'm saved by the bell.
Hello and welcome to Saved by the Bell Boxing. Neither right, neither left, neither southpaw, neither orthodox. Today's episode is sponsored by the Big Bargain Boutique. A place where you can get all your fitness gear, your clothes, your Christmas gifts, your toys, your gadgets, your tech, something for the missus. I'll put the link in down below. Click on it, go check them out, go buy something, give them some love. Anyway, let's talk about the weekend's boxing. So there was 3 fights I was going to kind of concentrate on. First of all, I'm going to talk about Beterbiev and Gvoznik. Wow. Well, I had Gvoznik winning this. I thought he was too cultured, too skillful, would use his movement, take it all the way till the final round and win it on points. Well, I was wrong, and I think quite a few other people were wrong about this. Beterbiev is a monster. Let's just say it. He's a monster. And he's a better boxer than I actually thought he was. He holds power. And you forget, after doing a bit of research, that he was a good amateur. He beat big names on the amateur scene. And he looked like he kind of took this fight and this training camp really seriously. He's been, accused in the past of not taking fights seriously, not training properly, not doing what he should do in the gym. And he did it. The opening start to this fight, he kind of manhandled Gvoznik. Manhandled him. Showed his power. And I think Gvoznik thought, hey, I'm in for a long, long night. And that he was. I mean, the first opening rounds, they were kind of tight. Gvoznik was moving well, popping him. And then it kind of flipped. And Beterbiev came in, and then Gvoznik came in. But then the latter rounds, it kind of showed Beterbiev can take a punch. He can take a punch. And when he started working that body, you could see Gvoznik just slowing down, and really couldn't keep that pace up that Beterbiev was keeping up. And he can take a shot and he can bang. That boy can bang. And to me, he went up in my estimations dramatically, because I don't think he is a monster, and I don't think he's just a fighter, a brawler. He's got some skills there, and he's going to prove a lot of people wrong, and he could very well be the number one in the 175. I mean, Gvoznik he was seriously hurt. Apparently he had to go to hospital with concussion. He's going to take a bit of time to come back from that, but whoa, hold up. Beterbiev, I'll get it right one time. Beterbiev can seriously make waves, and he could be the number one in the division. Obviously, we've got to think about Bivol. Bivol possibly could be the better fighter. I think he's more all-rounded. I think he's better skilled. But definitely, he's staked to claim to be number one. Obviously, there's Kovalev, but he's tied up with Canelo. I don't think Kovalev is the man he was. I think Canelo will beat him. Yeah, you can come back and abuse me over that, but that's just the way I think. So I think if he gets beaten there, it's really pretty much between Beterbiev and Bivol to find out who's number one in that division. But definitely he made a great statement, fought really well, got stone in the hands, got better skills than I thought, used his jab well. Gvoznik is a good fighter, don't get me wrong, and I picked him. I picked him to win, and I thought he would, handedly, because I just thought Beterbiev could only come one way. He's just going to brawl, he's going to take punches, and he's just going to put it on him. But he's a little bit more to him than that. So, big up Beterbiev. Did really well, and I'll look forward to see. He's probably going to have to hit a mandatory, because, as I said, Kovalev's tied up. Bivol only fought a few. They're kind of going to build that fight. But I think that's the fight we want to see. Beterbiev versus Bivol. Anyway, the domestic card at the weekend, the 2 fights, obviously, that stood out. I'd say 3. Let's first of all talk about Bakole against Kevin Johnson. Man, Kevin Johnson has retired so many times, it's unbelievable. There was big. He's the gatekeeper, as we all know. He's gone many rounds with many people. Only Joshua putting him out of there. I can't remember who else put him out of there. I think Gorman went rounds with him. Dubois went rounds with him. So it's always you can't get. You must be decent if you can put. Kevin Johnson out of there. Now let's be honest, man. Apparently he only had a week. He only fought a week ago. I mean, it was a late replacement. It's not Bacoli's fault, and he got rid of him. But really, did we see anything from Bacoli that made us think he's a world beater? I mean, I know he lost to Hunter, who a lot of people, me included, I didn't really know much about Hunter, and he's kind of gone on to show that he is better than possibly we first thought he would be. And then Bacoli went and fought Wack, wasn't it? And beat him. But his trainer hypes him up big time. Big time. He loves this guy. He believes he's a world beater, and possibly maybe he is a world beater. But I don't see it. I don't think he's got much foot movement. His hands are pretty quick. He can put some combinations together, but really, I don't see nothing to suggest that he's a future world champion. I mean, obviously you never know because things change, performances, outside influences, whatever it may be. I didn't know he was Alunga's brother who fought Tony Bellew. He worked that out the weekend. Anyway, so I don't really see nothing from him that really impressed me, but I've been wrong before. I'm wrong all the time, to be honest with you. So let's just see where he goes now. I think he's a difficult fighter to match. He has a good, apparently, gym reputation, sparring reputation, so maybe that puts people off. Maybe he's a banger. I don't know. He put Kevin Johnson out there, but that was just Kevin Johnson. Man, if you saw the interview afterwards with him, with Coogan, it was just, sheesh. I don't know, man. He's a crazy. I don't know. He just takes fights for fun. I'd love to know how much he's getting paid for these fights. Do you know what I mean? Because he says he's a promoter, you're making money, real estate, blah blah blah. Well, why are you taking these fights, man? I don't get it. You're not doing yourself any good. Give it up, because you can't be getting paid that much to fight Bacoli on an undercard. Nah, unless he's a shrewd businessman. I don't really know. So anyway, we also had Cheeseman against Fitzgerald, a fight that I was really looking forward to and kind of lived up to expectation as far as I was concerned. Didn't go the way I thought. Did I say Fitzgerald would win? I'm going to say Fitzgerald would win. But I think that, we thought they'd meet in the middle and they'd go at it. Fitzgerald beating Fowler. I like Fitzgerald. He's a unit. He's a proper unit. He's got a good engine. It reminds me a bit of John Ryder. I don't know why. He's got that engine, and he goes to work well. And we thought that Cheeseman would kind of meet him in the middle and have a tear up. But Cheeseman adopted these tactics where he would box from the outside, keep moving. I mean, the Sky commentators are ridiculous. I mean, they're talking like he was the reincarnate. They were doing a Hennessy regarding that he was like the next reincarnation of Sugar Ray Leonard or something ridiculous. But at first, it seemed like this was the right tactic. This was the right thing to do against Fitzgerald, because Fitzgerald, it can be very static and holds a bit of power, but will put on pressure. So by obviously being on the outside and boxing him, then he could get a win over him, over a points decision, maybe wear him down, knock him down late. Maybe that was the thinking, and it was working for a time. But because Cheeseman doesn't fight like that, he weren't used to it. His tank started to empty slowly. He couldn't keep up that movement. He couldn't keep up that pace. So he had to start standing in front of Fitzgerald and trading and letting his hands go. And that is the worst thing you can do with Fitzgerald, because he will win. He will beat you that way. He will beat you that way. Definitely he'll beat Cheeseman that way. He'll beat a lot of fighters that way. And he's very underestimated, I think. I think they could outbox him for 12 and that'd be it. Nah. And it was a really good, exciting end to the fight, because when he started putting on the pressure, you could see the tide was turning. You could see Cheeseman was struggling big time, and I was really happy for him, because I think Fitzgerald gets a really hard time with, especially with Eddie Hearn, like, you know, saying that he should have a rematch with Fowler and Cheeseman. No, well, why the fuck? He beat them both. Why should he have a rematch with them? Nah, I'm not having that. I'm not having that. You know, if I was Fitzgerald, I'd go and sign for BT. I'd go and sign for Frank Warren because they're just not giving him his props. You know, he's beating them. So, you know, because they're fucking Sky Golden Boys, Matchroom Golden Boys, he thinks they try and get a revenge. Nah. Fitzgerald, don't fight them again. Unless they offer you ridiculous money, don't fight for them again. Go your own path. Don't listen to that bullshit. It really frustrates me because Fitzgerald's got a good story. He's honest. And he's a good fighter, and he should go his own way. So Fitzgerald, go your own way, man. Don't listen to the fucking bullshit that Eddie Hearn is coming out with. Next, we saw Robbie Davis Jr. against Ritson. Ritson's return. Okay, Ritson looks better at the weight. We can all say that. He looked like he'd filled out a bit. He looked more comfortable. He threw some really heavy shots, landing the cleaner shots. On Robbie Davis Jr. Robbie Davis Jr. wasn't perturbed by those heavy shots, kept on coming forward, kept on using his hands, but the cleaner big shots, more eye-catching shots, probably from the judge's perspective, were coming from Ritson. He's got talent. The kid's got talent, definitely. I didn't realise he'd had so many fights because before the fight and they show up that he was a title eliminator. What for the WBA? I don't know. What, really? So he was number 9, so I think he probably jumped to about number 5 now. He ain't ready for a world title, I'll tell you that. You know, he needs to work his way. I'd have thrown him in for. I mean, there was talk about him fighting Josh Taylor at St James's Park. Are you mental? He's not. He couldn't deal with Josh Taylor. He couldn't deal with Prograis. He hasn't fought anyone. You know, put him in with a Linares or a Hunter or a Flanagan or someone like of that ilk. Ilk. And let's try and like see where he's at, because you couldn't just. Taylor would ruin him. You know, but maybe it's like Taylor will take it because he'll think easy win, big money, easy win. I don't know whether they feel St James's Park. Ritson seems like he's got a lot of fans, and whether they get 40, 50,000, I don't really know, because you know I'm not from that part of the world. But it's an easy win for Taylor. You know, they need to forget about that. Let him take a path, man. He got beaten at European level. If anything, go back and he couldn't because that's the weight below. But you know what I mean. Step up to European level, Commonwealth, something like that. Grab them titles. But throwing him in with Josh Taylor is insane. Throwing him in with any of the top guys in that division, he ain't ready. He's not proved nothing to say that he is ready for that elite level. So for me, he doesn't need to do that. He needs to stop. He needs to think. Forget these stadium fights that, you know, Sky Sports and Matchroom are obsessed with. Forget them, because you know it's like they're desperately trying to. They haven't really got those stars, bar the obvious Joshua, maybe Dillian White. They haven't really got those stars, so they're trying to push these. You know, before it was different because they had big names. They had your Bellews and your Brooks, and you know that sort of were the top end, and they could develop these kids nice and slowly. Now they haven't got that top end, so it's almost like they're rushing them too quickly to try and get those big shows. They're trying to say, like, look, Sky Sports, Matchroom was still putting on the big shows. Well, don't rush the kid, man, because he ain't ready. He's not ready. Anyway, I enjoyed the weekend's action. It was kind of fun. There was a couple of good fights. Obviously we locked onto that bias Sky commentary. Although I watched one of the fights on who was it? I watched Bacoli against because I watched it the next day. Bacoli against Johnson, and that was DAZN, but it was like English commentary. Like usually it's like Sergio Mora or whatever, and it was Alex Arthur, and I really like Alex Arthur. I think he's cool. I think he's a really cool guy, and I like his commentary. I think he's good. He's got a bit of wit about him. You know, he's got some sort of personality, which I think people on Sky don't have. So it was really. But I don't understand why they had English commentary. I don't know how that works. Whether in America, because we don't get. I don't know if any one of you know why they have English commentary on the DAZN. let me know, and I mean like English British people like commentating. I don't know, it's usually Sergio Moore, as I said, and some other people, but so I don't really know why that happened. So if any of you know, put it in the comments below. I'd really like to know that. I love facts. Anyway, thanks for stopping by once again. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like. Oh yeah, it's a Wednesday night live. We're going live now instead of pre-recorded. The Boxing Talk podcast. Check us out. We have a little chat for an hour. It's always good fun. I always get my predictions wrong. I'm bottom of the table. I mean, 1 week I'm going to get a prediction right. I'll promise you. I will try. You know what I mean? And if you want to put in a comment for any of next week's fights or any future fights, how you think, I might go with one of your predictions, because mine is shit at the moment. Anyway, don't forget to, as I said, like, subscribe, share, and check out the Big Bargain Boutique. The link is in the box down below. Check it out for all the stuff that you need. Anyway, once again, be careful out there, because you never know. Eddie Hearn might try and put you in a stadium fight.
When I wake up in the morning and the alarm gets out of warning, I don't think I'll ever make it on time. By the time I grab my books and I give myself a look, I'm at the corner just in time to see the bus fly by. It's alright, 'cause I'm safe out the bell. If the teacher pops a test, I know I'm in a mess, and my dog ate all my homework last night. Riding low in my chair, she won't know